Now, today started off, well, like any other ride day. We try to assemble the people who are going to meet us up by the chopper place. I got out the R1. I hadn't ridden the R1 in a couple of weeks, and it was time to give it some exercise. And of course, the thing that was going through my mind, I hadn't ridden the bike with the gold levers that Luciano had given me. So I was kind of excited. And actually, we met up with some new people today, and this was really an exciting day. Now, I always say an adventure is not an adventure if you know where you're going. Well, you know, everybody knows that I say that all the time. Well, today turned out to be an adventure. And we had started out with Glenn had ridden his 1098, and we were all hanging out by the chopper place, and we had no idea what was in store for us this day. So what we decided to do, because it was looking like it was going to be a wonderful day, we got everybody together and we rode up to Perkins for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes just to hang out with the usual suspects. Everything on this day was just going along just fine, as you can imagine. Here's a picture of Danny here, one of the new people, and he had an R6, and we were really looking forward to a nice day at this point in time. And we got up to Perkins, and just couldn't have been a nicer day. Blue sky, probably 60 degrees, and you look at the orange bike here, you know, that's Chip's bike, and an old FZR. We were talking about how we all like old bikes, and Danny had his relatively new, I'm not sure what year it is, his R6, and they were telling me about something that I'm not aware of, that you can paint a bike like this and then just peel the paint right off. So, but obviously I'm not up to date with the young trends. I don't even have a real cell phone. This is funny. Anyway, Joe's got his Brutale. But again, it's that thing of a beautiful day, a lot of friends, hang out with everybody, see friends we haven't seen in quite a while since last spring, last summer, and got to see a relatively new Spider here. In fact, we were talking to this fella here quite a while about his Spider. He was really happy with it, really enjoyed owning it, wouldn't let me ride it, and but it was pretty cool. He said it was like riding a Ferrari with handlebars. Now, to be honest, I've never ridden one, so I don't really know. But another fella had a real nice R1, and it's got the Yamaha Fiat from several years ago paint job on it. I noticed he had red levers, where I have gold levers, so I'm not sure. Anyway, he's got all the stickers from that paint job. These bikes were available with this paint job right from the factory at one time. Anyway, looking over the Spider, looking over some of the paintwork. Here's a Honda with some really nice paintwork, and this is paintwork that came right from the factory. Luciano's got a bike we're going to be painting purple pretty soon, blue purple, purple blue. And I'm always checking out new paint jobs. And so we had to take well, I don't know what you would call it. We had to take met up with another fella that was a friend of Glenn's. We had to make a corporate decision here, so we decided we were going to go up past West Point. This was kind of cool. We were down by the outhouses, and this was a brand new, and I mean brand new. The tires didn't even have the slightest wear on them. And I think he had 17 miles or something on it. It was an absolutely brand new bike. But what looked cool about it, what I thought looked pretty nice, of course, Honda 1000 is a typically very good reliable bike. Look at the wheels. This is the first one I've seen where the wheels match the paintwork. I thought that looked pretty nice. I tried to get a shot of it from a couple angles here, but again, look at the tires. This was a brand new bike. I mean, it almost could have been in the showroom just the way it was. So anyway, we went up past West Point. There was a couple other people in the area. We wanted to do some photo shoots. And the Hudson looked beautiful. Tugs were going by. Trains were going by. But again, there's always that unexpected thing that can happen. And we wanted to get some pictures with everybody in the picture. I'm not sure if I'm in any of these pictures, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, it is. The old gray ghost right here. But anyway, beautiful area up by the Hudson. Danny was having a great time. Chip was having a great time. Glenn was smoking cigars. It couldn't have been a better day. There's Danny's R6. Now somebody, and I thought this was worth putting on a little YouTube video, somebody I assume it's somebody did it as a joke, put a wig up on one of the fence posts that overlooks the Hudson. And I'm not sure if that has some subtle meaning that I don't know about. It could be. Now Glenn polished up his Ducati exhaust just to impress me, and of course I was impressed. I'm impressed by everything polished. Here's Chip with his, well, what shall we call this bike? The Flying Pumpkin or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, we found Glenn had a place. We went up to eat just north of this, and we had a real night. There was a bunch of other bikers there. We all, I think this is where Joe fell. Joe was posing up on the thing, and a good thing he fell forward, not backward. That'd be scooping him out of the Hudson River here. And when winter comes, I always love looking back at these daily rides. Nothing better than this. I have no idea why that picture's crooked. Anyway, we went up to the town just north of there, parked our bikes, waited for some other bikes to come along. Everybody had a nice lunch, and we planned on going back the same way. Here we were chatting with some of the other bikers that were up there. One guy had a Harley. One guy had a Ducati, if I remember right. Now, if you've ever watched Thomas the Train videos with your children or grandchildren, you know there's always a part of the story, and then they always go, there's always a classic line in Thomas the Train videos in their show, and then there was trouble. Well, and then there was trouble. Now, you can't see it really in this picture because we had to move the bike, but Danny, unfortunately, had a little low side here, and did enough damage that we couldn't drive the bike back, broke a clip-on, did some fairing damage, chewed up his knee and shoulder, and luckily our friends, the police came and made out an accident report, I guess is the right word. And then Danny was remarking how happy he was that he had ridden this. Now, this is really significant stuff. He had ridden this road in the past wearing a t-shirt or something less than a leather jacket with armor. Now, what's important, today he had the armor on. When he had the little mishap, he had the armor on, and luckily I think it saved him from, here's the damage to his bike. But we know a guy that can paint anything. This guy is amazing. I'm telling you, you got to look at every video out on Windy Space U. This guy can paint a rock. Well, we're going to put that to the test, I guess, very soon, too. That's the damage to Danny's bike. The broken clip-on. And we were all sitting. Now, this is where it really got, you know, I guess, funny. We tried to get several people that have trailers, and none were available. And we finally got Craig to come down with his pickup truck. And, of course, he doesn't have a way of standing it up because he has a cap on it. But we actually, here, while we were waiting for Craig to get there with the truck, Glenn thought this would be a great photo op. And this is the wall, by the way. Danny slid up this road and just missed going into this brick wall. So I think he's probably the luckiest guy on the planet right now. And Glenn wanted a picture with the waterfall here, and that looked pretty cool with the Ducati. But the big thing we were all happy to hear is Danny did not get hurt seriously, and in a couple days he'll be healing up, I'm sure. But and Craig came with the truck, and this was, now we had no ramp, of course, so I thought this was pretty cool. We loaded the bike, and since it's totally damaged, it went sliding down a highway. It actually broke off the frame slider. It went on this side, and in this case, I'm not sure, if it didn't have the frame slider, this damage might have been a lot worse. I don't know. But everybody had their Cheerios, and we had a nutrition bar, and we just picked the bike up, 5 or 6 of us, or 4 of us, and laid it in there sideways. And we all remarked, the lesson from today was, wow, if you're a young guy or you're a relatively new rider, get riding gear. Now, had he had leather pants on, or pants with some bulletproof stuff, he wore through a sneaker and wore through a pair of jeans, and luckily he's a young man. He'll heal up. And the bike, we just know so many guys that can fix bikes now, and everybody's getting good at it, so it doesn't even matter who fixes it. And we were going to try to slam the lid on the guys that were putting the truck. And we thought it would be funny to trap them in there. But anyway, Glenn stepped up to the plate here, as he always does. Did a great job of orchestrating the trip back. And since they were going one way and I was going the other way, we rode about halfway back. And then I went kind of on my direction. They went on their direction. This was, here's Craig getting sandwiched into the back of the truck. And I just had to end the day with a picture saying, boy, oh boy, as I got back to the house. On the way back, I was just thinking, I've been with a lot of people that have had a lot of lucky days and a lot of people that have had some unlucky days, but I think this was Danny's Great Adventure. We're going to name this video Danny's Great Adventure. And the reason is, when you learn some of these life lessons, it's good if you can learn them and come back even stronger. And I think that's the case with Danny. So anyway, this was the day before Easter that this happened, and it was quite an adventure. Danny's Great Adventure.